Hi, welcome back to Keith's Kitchen. Today we're going to make Mexican shrimp tacos, my Mexican rice, and my Mexican vegetables. So let's get to it. All right, so what we have here is some shrimp, and they've been deveined and deshelled. And I'm going to use a little bit of chipotle peppers. And I'm really just going to use a sauce for the flavoring of this. So I'm going to take maybe about a tablespoon or so. Get these to marinate. We're going to let these marinate for about 20 minutes before we cook them. Put a little bit of salt in there. I'm going to put a little bit of white pepper. And go ahead and get this kind of stirred up. And that chipotle is going to add a nice smoky, a little bit of heat flavor, which I'm going to contrast with an avocado crema. And then also cabbage and cilantro with some lime. So that is it for that. We're going to go ahead and let that marinate for about 20 minutes, and then we'll get back to cooking. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make the avocado crema, and that's going to be topped on top of the fish tacos. So it's really easy. So we're going to go ahead and get an avocado. I've got my food processor here. I'm going to go ahead and deseed this. Turn it like that. And I just simply get a spoon and just pull it right out. You can just do the knife, do the turn. Get the avocado in there. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of lime juice in here. Squeeze probably about a tablespoon, and we can manipulate the consistency with a little bit of water, or you could use more sour cream or milk, or even chicken broth. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put in some Mexican sour cream, some crema. Put in like a quarter of a cup, and then I'm going to put a little bit of serrano chili in there as well. And I will cut it in half. Now I'm going to go ahead and devein it, and that's where all the heat hangs out. We're going to remove some of that heat because we'll let people manufacture their own heat and how much they really want in it. Throw that in there, and then we're going to go ahead and put in a little bit of cilantro. You can throw in the stems, those are all good. And then we'll probably put a little bit of water in there as well. A little bit of water. Just a dash. Get this pulsed up. And get this avocado broken up. Seems to be kind of firm. Easy process. Take a look at that. It's good. Probably use a little bit of salt. Use a little bit more lime juice in there too. Really kind of, avocado needs salt or lime to really perk it up. That's good. All right, we're going to go ahead and make the Mexican rice. So I'm going to use avocado oil. You can really use any oil for this, but what we're going to do is I have a half cup of basmati rice, and I'm going to go ahead and I have this up to temp to about a medium-high temp. I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of oil, and we're going to let that warm up. And then what I'm going to do is put the rice in. I'm going to go ahead and let it cook a little bit, become a little more golden brown. And then we'll go ahead and put some warmed up chicken stock in there. That's 8 ounces of chicken stock. And then we'll be putting in some spices. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this rice in there. Now actually, this particular time I rinsed the rice just to get the starch off it, to separate the rice more. But I've done it many times without doing that. It's really up to you. But I wanted to try it this time rinsing the rice to get the starch off to see if it'll be more separate. So we're going to let this probably cook for about 5 minutes. You'll see it'll start to turn a little golden brown, and then that'll pull out some of the nuttiness of the rice, and then we'll put all the other ingredients in. So it's been about 5 minutes, and I've been stirring the rice every few 30 seconds or so that way it doesn't burn. As you can tell, it's starting to create a little bit of a golden hue to the rice. And I actually took the temp up to about medium-high, from medium to medium-high to a little bit higher, just to accelerate the process. So now I have over here, I have some chicken stock. You can use certainly water, but I like to layer flavors. So in this case, I have this 8 ounces of chicken stock, which is perfect for the half cup of rice. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in there so it continues the cooking process. It's going to bubble a bit here. As you want to slowly pour that in. Now, since I've got that in there, I'm going to put about ½ teaspoon of chili powder. Take that off the heat real quick, because we're going to take this down to a simmer. I have some ground cumin, and a ½ teaspoon of that as well. I'm going to use calde tomato, it's chicken bouillon with tomato and chicken bouillon. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of that in there. And then I like to use just a Goya sofrito tomato base, and I'll use about 1/3 of this particular jar. That's about right. Put it back on the heat, stir this, and we will let this simmer for 20 minutes covered, and come back and take a look at it, and we'll fluff it up with a fork. Okay, before I forget, I have a garlic clove. I'm going to go ahead and mince this and drop it right in here to the rice. That's stirred in there, and we'll put the cover back on. Again, let that simmer for 20 minutes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make the slaw for the tacos, and I have just some regular cabbage here. I'm going to finely dice this up. You can use purple, green, or a combination of both. Put this in the bowl. Squeeze some lime juice in there. And put a little bit of olive oil in there. Just mix that up with your hands. This up. And we grab some cilantro. Roll that up tightly. I use the stems and all. Stems actually have quite a bit of flavor. Put that in there. Get that mixed up. A little more in there. And that will go on the tacos. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and make the side cast, which is going to be my Mexican vegetables. So it basically consists of a pasilla chili. Go ahead and take the top off, slide down the middle, pull the membrane out, the seeds, give it a nice whack. And I'm going to just chop this up, the middle again. And this just has that nice essence of a pepper. Just really complements the flavors that I'm going to be putting the zucchini. So we're going to now take this zucchini, cube it about the same size. Put that in here. All right, and we're going to go ahead and put some corn in there, fresh corn. Normally I recommend this over a bowl, but at the same time, I'm just going to water. And then through this area, there's a lot of this milt, which is the juices of the corn. It's very sweet. It's like a little milky flavor, and that'll add to this. I'm going to go ahead and add this corn in here. And finally, just for a little bit of personality, we're going to go ahead and put a serrano chili. I'm going to devein, de-seed this. I just really want the essence of it, not too much heat. You can always influence the heat on your own accord. And we will saute that with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. And we'll mount that with some cotija cheese at the end. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make the tortillas for our tacos. Since I do not have a gas range, I have this little portable one. I've had it for many years. I use it for camping or when I need a extra burner, and oftentimes I mostly use it for my tortillas. So I'm going to go ahead and get this lit up. I prefer corn tortillas, but you can certainly use whatever you like. They can be flour tortillas as well. I think corn just tends to hold up a little better. It's a little thicker. We just simply put it on the heat, and I like it to be charred. So it'll take a few minutes, and we'll just manage it and let it sit there. And you can tell it's starting to brown up a little bit here, and this will start to actually bubble up. But I find this the easiest way to make your taco shells outside of frying them. See, now it's starting to brown up. It's kind of how I like it. I like a little bit of char on it. Plus, as you cook it more, it becomes more firm for the taco. I also suggest you might want to turn your fan on because it does tend to make your fire alarm go off. Okay, that's about how I like them. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in this container and keep it warm for now. Let's get these shrimp going. So I'm going to drop a little bit of avocado oil in there, and I have it on a medium-high heat. And the shrimp cook very quickly, so you do not want to overcook them. And in the back here I have another pan, which we're going to go ahead and make the vegetables. I'll drop in another bit of olive oil, or excuse me, avocado oil in there. Pull that to the side. Put the shrimp in here. And we're going to cook these probably no more than 4 minutes. In the back here, I'm going to go ahead and drop the vegetables in. And drop some salt in there. A little white pepper. Garlic salt in there. A little bit of onion powder. That on medium-high heat. The shrimp are already cooking through. These flipped. Excuse me. Get those things off the heat a little bit. And really, I could turn the heat off and these will finish off cooking, which I think I will do. And I'm going to drop a little bit of butter in there. Squeeze a little bit of lime juice in there as well. Just that'll melt down and add additional sweetness to these vegetables. You do not want to overcook the vegetables. I like them al dente for additional texture. We'll cook these off for about a total of probably 4 minutes here. As you can tell in the shrimp, right when they go from opaque to white, those are done. So these shrimp should be perfectly cooked. Rice is ready. We're going to go ahead and fluff it up. Looks drier. Let that steam burn off. The rice is done, the vegetables are done, the shrimp are ready. So we have grilled off our tortillas. Go ahead and drop them in there. We're going to mount some shrimp in here. Grab our cabbage, lime, cilantro slaw. And we'll put a dollop of the avocado crema. Get our vegetables. Scoop of rice in there. A little bit of finely chopped cilantro on the rice. A little bit back on the tacos. And then finally, we're going to drop a little bit of queso fresco cheese on the vegetables. Add a little bit of umami flavor to the vegetables. And there you have it. Shrimp tacos with Mexican rice and grilled Mexican vegetables.